Which movie truly deserves a sequel? In my opinion, a film warrants a sequel if it leaves certain storylines unresolved, features characters who deserve further exploration, or presents a world rich with untapped potential. Today, I'm diving into 5 films that in my humble opinion meet this criteria. But that's not all. I've come up with 3 unique ideas for each one that could breathe new life into these stories. Let's explore what these sequels could bring to the table. First up is Sky High. Released in 2005, this film cleverly combines superhero action with teenage drama, all set within a high school specifically designed for young heroes. Its unique premise, blending the excitement of superpowers with the relatable experiences of high school life, makes it a standout in the genre. Despite its cult following, Sky High never received the sequel it deserved, leaving fans wondering what happened to these characters. Sequel idea 1. Imagine a sequel where these characters are all grown up, with their own kids now attending Sky High. This setup would introduce fresh, imaginative superpowers while the next generation faces their own coming-of-age challenges. The story could dive into the pressure of living up to their parents' legacies, just like the first kids did in the original movie. Sequel idea 2. Picture this. A new threat emerges, but this time from a team of sidekicks who've turned to the dark side. Flipping the script like this could add depth, especially since sidekicks became heroes in the last film. Maybe these sidekicks were bullied at school, and now, years later, they've band together to take down all the heroes, turning the dynamic of the original film on its head. Sequel idea 3. What if the sequel explores the founding of Sky High itself? A prequel could take us back to the origins of this unique school, following the first generation of heroes as they build the institution and figure out how to integrate superpowers into everyday life. We could also see how the hero-sidekick divide started, adding more lore to the franchise. Next is E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial. Released in 1982, this Steven Spielberg classic tells the heartwarming story of a young boy named Elliot who befriends an alien stranded on Earth. The film is renowned for its magical portrayal of friendship and wonder, highlighted by its iconic moments like E.T.'s flight across the moon. Yet, many have wondered what happened to E.T. after he left Earth. Sequel idea 1. Imagine a sequel where we visit E.T.'s home planet, a place full of new wonders and mysteries. Maybe Elliot gets abducted by E.T.'s fellow aliens who return to Earth because they think he knows too much. The movie could mirror the original adventure, except this time, it's E.T. helping Elliot find his way back home. Sequel idea 2. Or how about this? A new alien race emerges as the bad guys, hunting down E.T. and his friends. Now with multiple E.T.s hiding on Earth, an older Elliot has to protect them from these new threats. This time, even the government could step in to help the good guys. Hard to believe, I know, but it could be an interesting twist to the story. Sequel idea 3. For a more heartfelt story, imagine Elliot's own kids discovering E.T. and forming the same kind of bond. The sequel could explore the legacy of their friendship, with Elliot teaching his kids about trust, acceptance, and the importance of keeping an open heart. This one could capture the same magic as the original while adding a modern twist. Next up is Napoleon Dynamite. Released in 2004, this film is known for its quirky humour and unique characters, centering on Napoleon, an awkward yet endearing high school student. The film's offbeat style and memorable dialogue have earned it a cult following, but fans have always wondered what happened to Napoleon and his eccentric friends. Sequel idea 1. In this sequel, we see Napoleon trying to find a job. This film would focus on his efforts to land work, but his hilarious antics and awkward charm would get in the way at every turn. Whether it's a tech startup or a local farm like the one he worked at in the first movie, each attempt would turn into a comedic disaster. This would keep the spirit of the original intact by exploring Napoleon's next steps in life. Sequel idea 2. Or how about a spin-off that follows Kip, Napoleon's brother? In my opinion, a character that was just as funny as Napoleon himself. Kip could be trying to make it big as a rap superstar or cage fighter. Watching Kip struggle and being completely out of place in these endeavours would be comical gold, with Napoleon making a cameo for good measure. Sequel idea 3. Imagine a sequel set a year after the original, following Napoleon and his friends through another year at school. But I think a really funny joke would be if no one acknowledged that the whole cast is noticeably 20 years older. They'd face new bizarre school-related challenges while continuing their eccentric pursuits. It would capture the same offbeat humour and quirky interactions that made the original so beloved, hopefully capturing lightning in a bottle yet again. Next up is Jumper. This 2008 film follows a young man named David who discovers his ability to teleport, leading to thrilling conflicts with a secret group dedicated to hunting jumpers. The film's exploration of teleportation is visually captivating and offers an exciting premise, yet the story feels like it's just beginning. Sequel Idea 1. Imagine a sequel that dives deeper into the origins of teleportation. We could explore the history and lore of the Paladins, introducing a global network of jumpers with unique abilities or missions. This would make the story even more compelling, adding fresh dynamics to the sequel. Sequel Idea 2. Or what if David started training the next generation of jumpers? He could form a resistance against the Paladins, teaching young jumpers how to control and use their powers effectively. The sequel could introduce new characters with different teleportation abilities, each with their own motives, creating a complex and intense battle between jumpers and Paladins. Sequel Idea 3. For a darker twist, the sequel could introduce a rogue jumper who uses their powers for evil. This jumper could have fully embraced the darker side of teleportation, exploiting their abilities for personal gain. David, now more experienced, would have to confront this powerful adversary, leading to a high-stakes battle that questions the moral implications of such powers. This one's probably my favourite idea of the three. Finally, A Bug's Life. Released in 1998 by Pixar, this film features a colony of ants struggling against a group of menacing grasshoppers. The movie's diverse insect characters and adventurous spirit creates a delightful and engaging experience, but the story has room for further exploration. Sequel Idea 1. What if Flick faced a new challenge where he has to provide himself capable without his colony's support? In the first film, the ants learned they were strong together, but this time Flick would have to rely on his own wits and resourcefulness. This sequel could focus on Flick's personal growth and resilience, testing his ability to lead and solve problems when he's truly on his own. Sequel Idea 2. Or imagine a sequel where a human threat emerges, like a construction site or something that endangers the ants' home. This new danger would force Flick and the others to confront and overcome challenges posed by a much larger and much more formidable adversary. It could even lead to the ants having to move and find a new home, offering a fresh and dramatic twist to their ongoing struggle. Sequel Idea 3. Finally, Hopper's family returns seeking revenge, kidnapping the princess to lure Flick into a trap. To save her, Flick would embark on a perilous journey to a city ruled by grasshoppers. In this hostile environment, Flick would need to outsmart the grasshoppers at every turn, perhaps even befriending one to show that not all grasshoppers are evil. This sequel would focus on understanding and reconciliation, teaching kids not to judge others based on their appearance. Now it's your turn. Which of these sequel ideas sparked your imagination? Do you have your own vision for these films? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop them in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button and join the conversation. Let's keep the creativity flowing. As always, don't forget to stay critical, and that's the end of the show.
Stay critical, that's the end of the show. Break it down with the facts, let the people know.